I'm going live in this moment in Facebook and in LinkedIn audio room. So you hear me okay? Okay. So,
Yes.
well, okay. Welcome who are coming to the show, Building Resilience. We're gonna be alive today, Monday, October 28th. Is 8 a.m. here in Houston and can be um, many time frames in other places. So welcome everybody that will be joining. Uh, I'm here in HOD Radio Network in Facebook Live, and I'm in LinkedIn Audio Room at the same time. So thank you for the people that are joining. Let's give opportunity that people begin to join. Before we begin to talk about the topic that we're gonna be talking today, I wanna say that this last week I had the opportunity to be in a wonderful event that was done in Detroit, Michigan. I'm sorry, called the Leadership Experience Tour. It was an amazing experience because we had it was a 4 day training on speaking, and at the end on Saturday we went to the Detroit, Michigan University Stadium, and there were around 2,000 people. So it was a big event, and I had the opportunity to deliver my speech there, and it's gonna be maybe in 1 week we're gonna have the recording. So it has been really an amazing experience, enhancing the leadership and the speaking skills. The people that went to the event was incredible persons. We did an incredible networking with leaders all across the world. People that doing amazing things in the world. I got really surprised that how much knowledge was in that room. So this type of interaction I'm gonna try to bring to here to this show because we did a lot of exchange of information. So now I have a lot of material that we exchange. So these material I'm going to be using for this show because this is what it is about. This show is talking about leadership and resilience. For those that are new joining, or rather on Facebook or radio rather in LinkedIn, the way I do this show is that I do the newsletter every week. I publish during the weekend, and then the same newsletter, the topic that we are talking in the newsletter is the topic that we're going to talk on Monday in this show as of today. And what we do is we talk about the topic, and basically the structure that we always use to the program is that we try to mention the 5 main topics. I always talk about 5 because it's very easy to remember. You can talk about 10 or 15, but 5. The 5 main topics of the topic that we're talking, and then we talk about how leaders can apply those techniques, and we try to bring a case study, a good example that some company that has applied these techniques, and at the end we also give a shout out for some author that is an expert in the area. So today, the topic that we're going to be talking is building resilience in uncertainty times, leading through times of change. When I was thinking about what to talk this week, one of the things that came to my mind is that today is a world in constant change. It's not only the technology, for example, the eruption of the AI that is coming incredibly fast. Even I believe it's faster than it was expected, the way AI is coming and how AI is changing everything. But not only that, all the geopolitical things that are going in the world. Unfortunately, the world is going through a lot of crazy moments with all these wars going in the Middle East. I'm not gonna talk too much about this, but of course it is affecting all the economies. And now we're gonna have an election here in the U.S. in 1 week. And this election is crucial election here in the U.S. And by the way, I yesterday was seeing the polls, and there is like a technical tie between the two candidates, the Democrat and the Republican candidate. Each of them have 49% of the votes. So it's going to be a very, very tight election. We hope that, and we praise for this country that everything goes okay. But when you see all these things that are going in the world, you know, the geopolitics, the change in governments, and you know, and the technology, and how that is affecting, and all these things going in the world is affecting the market. So there a fluctuation in the market. So all these things that are happening become a real challenge for the leaders of any company. It can be your personal business, it can be you can be a CEO of a company, or you can be running your own business. So it's really a challenge. So the question is, how can a leader navigate through these uncertainty times? How can it build resilience? Because can you imagine somebody that is in front of a business today, all the pressures that are having for taking decisions, the right decision that the company can succeed? So it's a challenge that creates a lot of anxiety. It creates a lot of stressful situations, and that can be reflected in your not only in your business, that can be reflected in your personal life. I remember that when I was the CEO in Citgo Petroleum, we were having a lot of issues. The last year that I was in that position in 2017, it's going to be 7 years ago. I remember that when we were having a lot of situation due to the relationship between Venezuela and the U.S., because Citgo Petroleum belongs to the Venezuelan oil and gas company, that's PDVSA. So we were having a lot of challenges, and for me that was really a stressful situation every day. So that began to affect my family, my relation with my kids, with my wife. So this becomes a challenge for a leader, and today, with what is going, is real a challenge. Before we continue, I'm gonna say thank you for the people that have been joining the room. We have here Melissa, we have Deborah. Hello, Deborah. So, always I'm looking what you're posting. Christina, long time no see, Christina. We have Win, we have T, we have Mike, always supportive. We have Anna Sarar, nice guy. We have Olu, Pastor Olu, thank you for being here. We have Noor, we have Cesar, we have Ariel, Jay, hermano, and we have Anisha. We have here in the Facebook Live, we have Daniel. Daniel is the administrator of the channel, always very supportive. We have Sanamun, we have Patrick, we have Albert, we have John, we have Pastor Lotu. Well, thank you for the people that continue joining. So let's begin to talk about, let's deep dive about this topic, how a leader can navigate the challenges, and how can it build resilience. So basically, I'm going to mention 5 topics that are the most important topics that I believe that a leader has to develop. Wait a moment. So I'm going to begin talking about that a leader, when he's going through challenge, has to embrace the changes, become adaptive. This is one of the most important skills that a leader has to develop during those times of uncertainty. A leader that success is a leader that can understand how the changes can affect the company, and how he can adapt to the new situations. So those leaders that they understand that there have been changes, and they make a step back. They see the situation, they regroup themselves, and then they come with innovative solutions. In this moment, one of the big challenges that the leaders are having is the eruption of the AI. So unfortunately, most of the leaders of company don't like AI because people sometimes are old-fashioned, don't like AI. But the AI today is a reality. Any company that doesn't use AI today is gonna get is not gonna succeed, because AI is here, and AI. Many people think that AI is gonna replace human being, and at some point, it's true that it's gonna be replacing those mechanical activities. All those activities that are repetitive, maybe some assistant activities, or at some point even some kind of a more complex operation. But there will always be the need to have somebody in top that is the decision maker. So the leader will never always be there. Always had to be a leader leading the company. So the leaders had to embrace the changes and had to be adaptive. So this is something that is really important to any person that is running any business, even if it's a personal business or you're running a company. You need to adapt to the changes, and not only adapt yourself. You need to embrace the culture in your company that everybody be adaptive, because when all your company, your employees, your management team, everybody has that culture of adaptability, people are embracing the changes in a very natural way. Even they can bring solutions. Then even they can bring innovations. I was mentioned the other day that many companies have created even incentive bonuses for the people that bring solutions, proposals, new ideas. that is adapting to the changes. So when a company embraces that culture of the adaptability, that is what is going to make a company to success. So this is one of the most important things: embrace the changes and adapt. The second thing that a leader has to do to navigate the uncertainty is build up trust, having a transparent communication. So communication is I believe, is one of the key components of any leadership. But when you have a transparent communication and honest communication and an open communication, you build up trust with your employees. They feel the trust. They feel that you are being honest with them, that you're going to be transparent with them. I'm going to say something here that people can understand and can know when a leader is not telling the truth. They can easily know it. And when you're having lack of communication, what appears is something called gossip. The gossip. And the gossip is one of the worst things that can happen in a company, when everything is related to the gossip. Because now that people are talking, are gossip, everybody's creating their own reality. So that creates a mess from the communication standpoint of view in a company. So one of the most important things is that the leader be honest and have an open communication. So one of the best way to do is doing a monthly meeting with the employee. You can do quarterly meetings. You can do even weekly meetings. Maybe it would depend the way you want to do it. And one of the most important way to do it, and I did it in the past, is walk around the offices. Talk to the people. Go and have a direct talk with the people. know what they feel, how they feel about how the business is running, know their idea. So that's having that honest and transparent communication. Another thing that a leader has to do to navigate those changes is fostering agility in your team. So what this means, that you create a culture of the flexibility in your organization. So when you create a culture of the flexibility, because we said that the leader had to be adaptive, but to be adaptive, you have to be flexible. So be flexible is that the decision doesn't have these very heavy rules that makes difficult to make the changes. I'm not saying that you're not gonna avoid procedures, because there are compliance that you have to follow, but try to have the most agile procedures as possible. That if you're gonna take a decision and you're gonna adapt to a new situation, you don't have in front of you a lot of bureaucracy. So you have the bureaucracy that makes your company unflexible. And so even if you want to be adaptive, you're not going to be flexible. So you have to foster that in your team. So you have to encourage them to be agile, and you have to empower them. One of the most important things is that you need to empower them. I'm going to stop here to say hello to the people that are joining. We have Leslie Flowers, we have Habib, we have Vanessa, we have Nisha, we have Jay, Cesar, we have Noor, we have Pastor Olu, Sarar, I have Anna, Mike, we have Tia, we have In, Christina, Deborah, Melissa. Here in Facebook, we're having here Nasabo, we have here Joshua Kingsley, we have here Kelly, we have Sharon, we have Elizabeth Foray, we have James Quinn, Bill Sanz, we have Dennis Cartwright, Dr. Daniel, we have Eric Haley, Karina Brown, Sarah Moon, Daniel Okewala, that is the administrator of this page. And thank you, Daniel. Daniel, for the people that don't know, I'm transmitting live in HOD Radio Network. It's a Christian channel that airs in Facebook. I encourage the people that many people in LinkedIn are in Facebook too, so you can go to the page. I'm gonna leave the link below, and you can follow this page. This page, there are several pastors, several counselors, several people like me. That I'm not a pastor, but I am a Christian-based guy. So we transmit there. There are wonderful people transmitting wonderful shows. So thank you, Daniel, for having me. And we are at the same time here in the LinkedIn audio room. So let's continue. I'm going to open the mics in some minutes, okay? So stay tuned, the people that want to talk. So let me recap. So we have been talking that to be adaptive to the changes, you have to be embrace the changes, be adaptive. You have to build trust and having open communication with your employee. You need to foster the agility in your team, be flexible. You have to maintain and nurture the emotional intelligence. This is very important. You as a leader have to have the emotional intelligence that even though you're facing uncertainty, even if you're having some bad moment in your company, you have to maintain the composure, the calmness, and the focus. Because if your employee perceive that you are not having composure, that you're not being calm and you're not being focused, that will create a sense of that the things are not going good in the company. So always you have to try to be calm and focused. even if you're going to uncertainties. And that is what is going to make your employees be more relaxed and have the trust that you're going to lead them on during the challenges times. So you can transmit in an open way. You can be honest, saying that if you're going to any bad moment in the company, but knowing that you are the leader and you're gonna be there to lead them. So that's part of what is the emotional intelligence. So when you, even if you're going through uncertainty, you maintain that calmness, the focus, and the composure, and you help them navigate under any uncertainty. And the fifth characteristic that a leader that it can build resilience under uncertainty is leading by example. A leader always has to lead by example, because you cannot be the leader that you say something and do something different. So when you lead by example, that will be part of the trust that you're building with your employee. And not only building trust, you will inspire them. Because even if you're going through a bad moment, but they know that you're taking care of them, because you're being empathic and you're taking care of them, that will create the sense of belonging. That will create the inspiration for them to continue supporting you, and that will cohese your team, and at the end that will increase the retention. One of the most challenging things today in the world is the attrition that is going with employees. So when you have that capability to transmit them that no matter what is going in the company, you are there for them, that will create that sense of belonging. So when you lead by example, you inspire your team. So it's very important, this lead by example. And the other day we did one of these shows with my friend Indira Bunick. She's not here, but she has always been supportive. Indira is an expert in ethics in leadership. And she was telling me that one of and I agree, of course, that one of the most important things that sometimes the people don't think about it is the ethics. Because when you're in a business, in a company, and the leader doesn't have ethics, is unethical, that will create a total mess in that company. So you have to lead by example, and you have to be ethic. So recapping here, a leader that navigates under uncertainty has to embrace the changes, has to foster the agility, has to build trust in the communication, has to maintain the emotional intelligence, and has to lead by example. These are the main 5 characteristics. But now comes the question, okay, how do I make it? How do I do it? Because, okay, these are what a leader has to do, but how do I do it? I'm in that position today. I'm the leader of that business, or I have my own business, or I want to begin a business. How do I do those 5 things that I talked today? So let's begin talking a little bit about this. For example, if we're talking about embracing the changes, one of the most important things is encouraging your employees to having a growing mindset. Having in your company the culture of the growing mindset. So challenge your employees to always think in a way where they can innovate and they can embrace changes. So that will create a culture of growth. So when you have that culture of growth, that also will make your team have also a positive mindset. So everything comes aligned. Everything comes aligned. So when you embrace the changes, you become more adaptive. When you become more adaptive, you become more innovative. When you become more innovative, now you're having a growth mindset. And when you're having a growth mindset, you have a positive mindset. So that will be good for your business and for your life. And for your life. So this is something that can be applied for your business and for your life. So think about it. Think about it. So one of the second thing that a leader can do during those uncertainties, having a contingency plan. Those leaders that really are prepared are those that have plans and have contingency plans. Typically, when you're planning, the most common way to do it is that you have the most likely scenario, but you have the most positive scenario and the most negative scenario. So you try to work with the most likely scenario, but you have also the positive and the negative. And you can have also alternatives. So when you have a plan, what we call the plan B or plan C, whatever. So the important here is that the leaders that are prepared are those that have alternatives, have contingency plans. So when something is going in the direction that maybe doesn't have to go, you have the contingency plan and you can activate it easily. And the important is that the organization knows about this contingency plan, so they are prepared. They are prepared. In the oil and gas, in the area that I developed my career, is very common having contingency plans. Very, very common. And I'm going to say something here. The people that don't know that I went through a hostage situation, for me, my survivor during my situation was that we had the mindset prepared, having contingency plans. And when this situation happened in my life, for me was kind of activating a contingency plan. So something that I was not expected, but you create a contingency plan. So in your business, it's the same. It's the same. If something is going in the direction that you feel that it doesn't have to go, have your contingency plan. Something important I'm going to say now here. Prioritize the self-care. This is very important because when you're going during uncertainties, when you're having challenges in your business, and the leader doesn't have enough emotional intelligence, so he can transmit the employees that anxiety, that maybe he's going through depression, you can transmit that. So that will begin to affect the emotional and the mental and even the physical health of your employee. So it's important that you always are prioritizing the self-care. No matter what situation you're going, always take care of your mental, your emotional, and your physical health. So those leaders that rest resilience are those that always are taking their time to protect their mental and physical health. They do activities to reduce the stress. They try to keep doing their normal life things. That, for example, if you're a golf player, then you go to play golf. Or if you're a tennis player or whatever you do, if you have any activity, if you like to sing or you like to play guitar, so don't stop doing things that are part of your normal life, because one of the things that is very important, that you always have to have a perfect balance in between your business and your life. By the way, that's my slogan. I'm a connector between the business and the personal fulfillment, because this is exactly what I did. I'm gonna say here that the people that are hearing me, that maybe it's first time that are hearing me, I did my career during 35 years in the oil and gas, and one of the big mistakes that I did is that the balance of my life was to the company. So I became a workaholic, working 20 hours a day. So I was disconnected with my family. I began to have a lot of issues. And when I went through my hostage situation, that made me reflect my life. That made me go back and reflect my life and reconnect with my spirituality. I decided to reconnect with God. Today I do church service. I'm very connected to my church. And I decided to regain balance in my life. So I recommend to anybody that is going through any situation, please never lose the balance in your life. I see Pastor Olu putting a heart because he knows what I'm talking about. Having faith and cultivating the faith and dedicated time to God. I decided to put in my priorities is Paris God. So I'm my number one, God and family, and then the business comes after that. So this is something very important. Never, never, never lose the priority taking your self-care. Seek continued feedback with your employee. When we're talking about having a communication, open communication, that exactly is what's going to give you the feedback. How their employees are feeling, what are their ideas. You will get surprised when you're going through challenges. How, if you have a loyal employee that feels they're loyal to the company, maybe they have solutions that you're not seeing. Maybe those employees can give you the solution or can give you ideas that you have never seen it. So when you have that continuous feedback, that will make you be always hearing them and having different opinions about the situation. Celebrate the small wins. This is so important. When you have that empathy with the employee and you celebrate those small wins, that will create a sense of belonging in the employee. They will feel really that you are taking care of them. So when you celebrate small wins, think simple that the employee did something that it was good for the company, so you recognize it. You can send an email, a recognition email, or maybe you invite them to a lunch and you do the public recognition. There are companies that even they create at the end of the year some kind of award. So there are many ways to recognize the employee, but you don't have to wait to have a big impact. Those small things that may change in the company, recognize them. So the employee know that you're taking care of them, that you really care for them. Again, I'm gonna say here, the employees can know when a leader is not being honest. They can know it very easily. So when you are open and you're honest and you take care of them, they will feel it. They will feel it. Let me stop here to say hello. The people that are coming we have Sarar, we have Ifiani, we have Nisha, Kevin, we have Lisa, we have Margaret, we have Simu, Deepak, Charito, my friend Charito, Dr. Leslie Flowers, thank you for being here. I know you have your show after this. Habib, we have Jay, we have Tia, we have Mike, Anna, Olu, Minnie, Christina, Deborah, Melissa, and we have here in Facebook, wow. We have Heidi McKillan, we have DeMarcus, we have Doris Oliver, Stephanie Upshaw, Patrice Edwards, Erica McRae, we have Rick Ray, we have Moses, we have Daniel. Well, okay. So I'm going to open the mic in a few minutes. So the people that want to... Oh, I lost the connection with Lincoln. Let me reconnect.
not hearing you.
No, because there was a glitch and he kicked me out. You know, LinkedIn, LinkedIn is something incredible. It kicked me out. I was talking and he kicked me out. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. So I was saying that we're gonna open the mics very soon. So I'm gonna conclude here, and the people that want to talk, please can begin to raise the hands. Okay. Let me put Sarah up, and I'm gonna give you the mics in a few seconds, Sarah, and Christina too. Okay, so stay there. I'm gonna open the mics. Okay, so recapping about what you have to do. We said that encourage the growth mindset. We said that you have to prioritize the self-care, have contingency plans, seek for continued feedback, and celebrate the small wins. Those are things that if you do it, you really will help your employees and yourself to navigate those turbulent moments. So I'm going to mention here a case study. There is the transformation of Netflix. So when I was researching about an example to put, I found that Netflix, was a company that has been adapting to the changes because Netflix began. Many people doesn't know it was a DVD rental company. Netflix began as a DVD rental company to compete with Blockbuster. So I mentioned that the week before about the failure of Blockbuster, because what happened with Netflix? They adapted to the changes. So they knew that things were changing, that were coming the streaming, and they merged to the streaming and see what is Netflix today. So this is a very good example how a company can change totally, even their business line, even in their business model, and those changes make them become successful because Netflix, being a simple DVD rental company, began to be what is today. So this is a very good example how you can embrace those changes. Okay. And an authority in this matter that I have mentioned several times is Dr. Brené Brown. This lady, by the way, I believe she's from Houston. She is an expert in this area. I have mentioned her many times because she had extensively talking about this topic. So Brené Brown, she has been becoming an expert in vulnerability, in courage and resilience. And she has also often spoken about the importance of leaning into the discomfort during the times of change. So during all her research that shows that she has been having, she always are talking about how the leader had to embrace the uncertainty, and they had to allow themselves being vulnerable, but also be stronger during the transitions. So that will make more connection, and that will foster the culture of resilience. So those leaders, they are going through uncertainty, but they embrace the changes. Those they communicate with their people, and they keep going. Those are the leaders that are going to be successful. As I put the example of Netflix. Netflix is a very good example of that. So as a conclusion, and I open the mics, I saw that Sarah jump out. I don't know, maybe LinkedIn is kicking off people. So as a conclusion, I'm saying that during uncertainties, those leaders that learn how to navigate those uncertainties and apply this where we have been talking are going to be the leaders that are going to be successful. So those leaders that are empathic, that are adaptive, that are innovative, that are agile, that are good communicators, and they lead by example, are going to be those leaders that are going to be successful. So said this, I'm going to open the mic. So I'm going to give the mic to Christina. Christina, thank you for being here.
Hi, Jose. It's been a while. You're right.
Yeah,
so
you have.
Nice to see, both of us still here and being resilient in our lives. What I'd like to share today is some work that we've been doing not so much for a pitch, but to help others if they adopt this. It's called Bereavemently. So the word bereavement, ly.ai, it's a grief companion. What it really means to me is that I have had a desire in my 35 years of funeral and cemetery service to clone myself. And bereavemently.ai has been developed by a large learning model in Ghana named Ember. And this is my give back for my years of service in funeral and cemetery service. So maybe you could drop that into the comments, or I could do that. Also, I wanted to say about finding God and the things that might have led people like us, Jose and myself. I wasn't a hostage necessarily, so he has definitely seen so much more. But I was a part of a violent work injury, which took me out of my career for a bit while I had surgeries to reconstruct my foot. And I got complex regional pain syndrome, which I've learned to manage holistically. But it gave me a new perspective because I was a workaholic, and giving more attention to my career and my family suffered. It even caused me to have a divorce and a long-term marriage. These things, as leaders, we have to step up and tell our story over and over and over again by being an example, leading by example, so that other people don't have to go through what we went through. I think it was always about trying to be better or good enough, and you can do that within an 8-hour period if you're working for someone else. I rarely work less than 20 hours in my business right now, but my family situation is different. My girls turned 29 and 31 this weekend, so I don't have the constraints of a parent of young children. And I want to say that working for someone is really important. It's a part of what we were taught to do, but it's also important to understand that each one of those jobs should be taken as a class, as a course, and you take the information and the tools that each company gives you to build yourself. And so if you look at how many hours you're working and the benefits that you get from the training and the added exposures that you may be able to attend some learning environments that you wouldn't be able to afford or you didn't think of, you come outside of working for someone a much better person, equipped to start your own business. I guess that's my little bit for today, so I don't take away from anyone else. But thank you so much for having me up here today.
Well, thank you very much, Christina. Long time no see, and happy that you came back. You mentioned things that resonate a lot with me, because I don't know if you heard that in my previous life I was a workaholic, working 20 hours a day. My friend, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to be honest to the people that are hearing me here. I was there. I sacrificed my life. I sacrificed my family. I almost lost my family. And for some reason, God put me in this extreme situation that I became a hostage. But when I came back, today that I'm connected with my church, I discovered that for some reason, that was part of God's master plan. He wanted to reshape me, to reset me. And don't do that. Don't do that. Even if you, I understand that people sometimes are beginning their business and want to be successful and put an extra mile. I can understand that. But never sacrifice your personal life. Never sacrifice your family. And never sacrifice your faith. always you have time to God and to your family, or for whatever you believe, but don't sacrifice that. You have to have that balance. If you lose that balance, that's gonna drive you to burnout. So by the way, I'm gonna give the mic to Gerard, but before I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Harvey Castro that is the stage. Harvey has delivered this weekend. He delivered his TED Talks. We are friends. We are connected in a group that my friend Tara Lafont has a speaker. He's one of the main speaker there, and he did his first TED Talk. So very proud for you, my friend. So said that, I'm gonna give you the mic, Sarar.
Thank you, Jose, and lots of health, fitness, blessings, and happiness. But I would like to give a mic to the next person, Jose, because we're having Azan here, so I'm going to come back.
Yeah. Okay, okay. You want the Dr. Ashad go first?
Yes, please, because we are having Azan here, Maghrib Azan.
Okay, 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 okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dr. Ashad, you can open the mics.
Yeah, okay. Jose, thank you very much for having me here. Actually, I was a bit late because of an international meeting, which I had to attend, as I'd mentioned to you earlier, that if I find the time, I'd definitely come in. I always attend your events, and they're extremely exciting, extremely interesting, because we've both been top leaders and virtually in the same fields also. So I wanted to add that this is a very important topic, because the times are changing rapidly, and resilience is not just about enduring hardship. It's about adopting and thriving in very adverse circumstances. So basically, I would like to add that one has to change one's perspective and change it towards opportunities rather than threats. As you very rightly have mentioned, that never ever put your own personal self or your family under any kind of a threat as such. So that mindset itself can reduce anxiety and help to remain open to new possibilities always. And now, see, now I'm into a lot of peace initiatives, and that is where I'm providing a support network for not only all of us, but friends and family and colleagues too. So it's a question of building stronger relationships, provide emotional support and practical assistance during difficult times. So at the same time, we've also got to be very emotionally aware as to what is happening around us. And we have to practice mindfulness and stay on ground to realities, where we can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to stress. And the meeting that I'm just coming from is about that, where we talked about setting of realistic goals and not building castles in the air as such. Therefore, we've got to break down larger challenges into more manageable tasks and set achievable goals that foster a sense of accomplishment and motivation, thereby reducing any problems that we cannot cope with. So, like you've mentioned very nicely, Jose, we've got to actually practice self-care, like physical and mental well-being, through regular exercise, a very balanced diet, because I'm into health management also.
Yeah.
And I recommend a minimum of 8 hours of sleep, and I catch on.
We lost you. Hello? this LinkedIn is incredible of what I was doing.
My experiences. And they're very different. Like I was just telling this international conference that I was into, that I reflect on my past challenges and actually identify strategies that help me overcome problems. So this actually helps me build my confidence and also my ability to face future obstacles. And I'd like to mention here that the winds of change are blowing, and they're very, very strong winds. And no matter how many peace initiatives I'm into, I find resistance building up all the time. And but we will overcome them. We have to be positive in our connections and help each other through these trying times. And I'm sure that in this ever evolving world, to conclude, I would say that we will strive and we will overcome all the problems as they hit us one by one. But peace is always in my mind, peace amongst mankind, people of the same thinking and mindfulness at the same time. Thank you very much, Jose, for having me up.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being supportive, always coming. I know that you were in another event, but you had took the opportunity to come in, and as always, your share are so insightful. Thank you very much, Sarar. The mic are yours.
Thank you so much, Jose. And there's so much that I'm going to resonate with Dr. Ashad, with you, with Christine also. Like when we say this word leadership, right? Ending with the ship, whether that's mentorship or whether that's relationship, it reminds me of something like that. Maybe there's some storm that is going to come and hit you, a tsunami that is on the way. A ship is ready to sail. So now whether you use it with leader, relation, mentor, coach, any word before that, every leader is a servant of God. This is what I have understood in my life. And no matter which religion they belong, which sect they are belonging, but because now this ship is going to sail through every corner of the world, hitting storms, tsunamis, everything. The ship is going to face it. So first of all, we have to make sure we have to bring those people down to the earth. They're on the earth, by remembering them that there is a God, there is a creator who exists. Whether it doesn't matter if you're a CEO of an international company, remember that Lord is going to humble you. The creator is going to humble you. Then there are several points. Like, then you have to know about the audience, right? The people there. Like, for example, we all are humans and we make mistakes, and we have to forgive. And this culture of forgiving, if this is being adopted by the top people in the organization, then everything goes down to everybody in the employees. Then you can also do that that there are some people in the companies, in the organizations, in the industries, wherever they're working, there are some negative people also. So you got to remove those people from your circle. Yeah. This also really helps. Yeah. Then not everybody is going to love the CEO. So you have to remove that hatred also. For example, let's see why this if it is not broke, we cannot fix it, right? So what we start fixing things, especially the managers. They're trying to fix everything, and then the employees they start suffering because it's not broke already. It's already working, and they're trying to fix something. Always give people some credits they deserve. I've worked for some companies where the managers were like, beside giving them big achievements on the work line, they because those achievements were so confidential that if they're going to open it, maybe the employee's life is going to be in danger. Why? Because he has done that achievement that no one has ever done in the whole history of the organization. Yeah. So to keep those achievements hidden, not because the managers couldn't do it, but because that staff was so dedicated in his duties that he was performing so well. So always giving those credits, they deserve it. It's so important. And, for example, if Jay is there in the audience and he's got that American accent and he can come up and tell you the stories very well. So we have to make sure it's not like that. We have to do everything without giving any favors. If somebody is really good at something, yes, we should appreciate it. But because we have a relationship with Jay and he's a storyteller strategist, and every time you're going to give this opportunity to Jay to tell his stories on the stage. So, when Jose can do it perfectly. So we have to build up that relationship with employees where there should not be any favor. This way we can come up, in my small little opinion, Jose, that this way we can help any organization, any employees to give more, give more productivity. So thank you, Jose. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for giving me this chance.
Yeah, definitive, Sarar. You said something that I always mention, that the way that people can connect is being people. So if you're a CEO, the first thing you have to do is be people. When I say be people, is be human. So connect with that from the human point of view. You are the CEO, yes, but you're in a position of power, yes. But that doesn't mean that you cannot be humble, that you cannot be vulnerable with them, because at the end you're a human being. So when you, as in a leader position, connect with the employees with that way, being people, that's very strong. Thank you for sharing that. Habib, we're going to come into the end, so I'm going to give you the mics for a couple of minutes because we're closing in 4 minutes. So Habib, mics are yours.
Good greetings, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. I actually just want to get your insights, Mr. Jose, and from anyone who wants to share, because I struggle a lot with practicing the appropriate self-care, for whether it's from a professional perspective or on a more personal perspective. And yes, I have indulged myself into that workaholic routine where I have basically ignored everything that I should not be ignoring, and I have overlooked upon a lot of important things in my life and for my family as well. Like being a workaholic has not just negatively impacted my life, it has brought that negative impact on my family's well-being as well. And I am guilty of that, and I don't want that. I am still struggling with finding that balance. So can you guys please give me your 3 best or any best tips that you can for me in order to help me out with finding the right direction for this?
Yes, of course,
Because
Habib.
I'm struggling a lot right now.
How old are you, Habib?
I'm 27 years old.
Okay, see, I see your photo. You're a young guy. I'm gonna say you something, but maybe I don't know if you heard me when I was talking. Today I'm 62, and when I began my career, I always was thinking like you. I always was challenging myself and was always working, and at some point you become a victim of your work, because you put that you paralyze your work from your personal balance. So my first recommendation is that try to step back a little bit, see yourself. Maybe you're putting goals that are too high. Try to have more achievable goals, and try to do more, how to say it, try to establish priorities in your life. And of course, as I mentioned, put your family first. Never put the family after the work. Put your family first. And Dr. Arshad said it, when you have that priority with your family, that will help you also with your well-being, with your mental and your physical health, because now you're taking care of your family. I don't know if you're married, I don't know if you have kids, but if you're married and you have kids, you know the wonderful they go getting early to your house and you can, be with your kids. Today I have my grandsons, and for me it's a joy every time they come because now I can enjoy it. In the past I never had time for them. By the way, my sons today are grown up. My daughter is older than you, so my sons are elder. But today we have a very good relation, but in the past was not that way. So my strong recommendation is establish a balance, establish priorities, and see what is really important, because sometimes you put too much importance in the job. And I'm not saying that it's not important, because people have to pay bills. I understand that. But you have to set a priority. And if you practice any activity, sport or play guitar, whatever you do, or read, or whatever you like to do, continue doing it. Because sometimes the people abandon the thing that they really like. So that is very, very important. So again, I strongly recommend it, not only to you, to all the audience, have a perfect balance in their life. You have to have a balance between your business. If it's successful, great, but also the personal fulfillment. You have to have a balance where you put those things together. And in that equation, put your beliefs. If you believe in God, put God. If you believe in any entity, put it there, but put it in the middle. If you're a God believer, put God. Put in the equation. That will make that not that you all only are gonna be connected. You are gonna at the end be successful, because that when you make that connection, that will unleash that spirit that you have inside yourself, that will make you be a great leader. So Habib, my recommendation is that, and bless you, my friend, and I want to be looking you be a successful guy. Okay, so we're coming to the end. So the people that are here, I'm gonna say that I'm doing it every Monday at this time. Follow my newsletter. I publish my newsletter every weekend, where I talk about this. So you can read the newsletter, and then when you come to the show on Monday, we can have this conversation like today. Thank you, the people that came to the stage. Alison, I don't know, Alison is here. You want to say something, Alison? Oh, maybe she's out. Okay, so we're coming to the end.
So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who joined in, and that they're invited next week. Please share the event with someone when you are signing up for next week. So when you're RSVP, when you're going to do the RSVP for next week, just share the link with somebody else.
Okay, and for the people that are hearing in HOD Radio Network in Facebook, thank you very much also for being connected. I know that when I'm doing the part of with the audio room, maybe you are not seeing the person. Someday I'm gonna know how I'm gonna connect both, but we're trying to do that. Okay, so now we're having this on live on Facebook and having the LinkedIn audio room. So now we're coming to the end. Thank you for the people that came to the show. So thank you very much. I see you next week.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr.